The instructor's job is to teach you to the right direction, point you in the right direction that you can obtain and get some kind of solid area where you can grab the rest of it. Today, out of these two classes, is not so much to get you that you can write your dissertation on, but this should be able to make you, to whet your appetite to become hungry, that you can go to the next level and look it up for yourself. Amen? All right. Titus 2:2, and here begins the reading of God's holy word. Some of the qualities that make up good character include, all right, honesty. Can you trust the person that you hanging with? Okay. Integrity. Do they say what they do what they say they're going to do? Self-discipline. That's a hard one. Teachability. Dependability. Perseverance. Conscientiousness. And a strong work ethic. The words of a person with the right character match the deeds. How many people ever meet somebody that say they got the right talk, but when you really examine it, it's something else going on? Okay. His reputation is solid. His manner is straightforward. One of the things I'm finding that in serving leaders and watching leaders who are being served, there's one thing, there's an epidemic that's amongst leadership. And if you know anything about my teacher, I always end up going on the edge. Let me warn you about something that is very contagious about as you get elevated in the kingdom, which is totally, really, according to what we believe, it messes us all up because it shouldn't be. As we get elevated, we seemingly get cold. We become the chosen frozen. When worship is going on, we're looking like we don't know what's happening. So what I'm telling you, don't ever lose your worship. Don't ever lose your praise as a servant. And God help you as you go up. Praise and worship is what's going to sustain you. I promise you, because there's going to be some situations, some times where you're going to wish you could retaliate. But if you don't get into the presence of God, you're going to cause yourself to do some things and say some things and mess up your integrity and mess your character up and what people say. What you say about it? If you be honest, I'm talking to the, honest folk. Because now we can say as Christians, no, I don't think anything ill. I don't have that testimony. God's still working on it. Because I've been in situations where you help people and all of a sudden they turn on you. But I'm supposed to do, thank you. They turn on me. That's not reality. Reality is I have to do a check. And sometimes I got to back up. Whoa. God, that offended me. God, I commit them back to you. Because if Anthony deals with it, we're going to have a problem. So therefore, we have to be careful what situations we allow ourselves to get into. Oh, y'all don't know about that? How about your children? You parents? And then you ever have a child that will push them to the edge? You ever heard this statement? Boy, you better be glad I'm saved. Go to church every one Sunday out the week. There's somebody in the church that's going to push your button or attempt to. Because if the truth be told, if you are really committed to your leader and you are submitted, when they hurt, you hurt. And you're going to see people who are going to try to abuse your leader or try to take advantage of your leader. They're going to try to be there. Just make sure that's not you. Do you ever meet somebody in the church that always got a need? And it seemed like the pastor always got to go out in his pocket and you sitting there. I just saw that rascal down there at the mall. But yet, you see this loving person that's always helping, always giving a ride, always doing something for him. And you sometimes got to bite your lip. You got to bite your lip. Why? Because that leader has to operate and do some things on a level that you may not be ready to accept. And we may call that leader saying, he don't have no backbone. He don't know what he's doing. You don't know what decisions he's making today that will affect your tomorrow. Oh, Do you follow? And it's not the position of the leaders to tell you everything. I'm still talking about character. I'm still talking about, because you are quick, and it's going to be in there. You may be quick to judge what you don't know. Oh, so that comes up in the character poll where you start looking at what you're doing. Self-discipline. Study to be quiet. That's a good one. Okay. The assessment of character can be difficult. Warning signs to watch for include a person's failure to take responsibility for his actions or circumstances. Oh, I would have, but Deacon Smith did not bring me my money, did not bring me my keys. That's why I'm late. My wife didn't wake me up. My husband made me late. Because you can't be where you're supposed to be. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You got to plan for what you're getting ready to do. There's always an excuse. And what I teach is an excuse is nothing more than a guarded lie. Because most of us know what we have to do, where we have to go. But it's amazing that we be on time for work, some of us. But we late for church. But you say you're loyal to the things of God. Now, then we got, I'm a step. Can I step deep for a second? As a leader, I have to be careful and also show up on time. Why? Because I am leading by example. What am I teaching my people to believe? So when Bishop Golphin makes a clarion call and says, Bishop Slater, I need you to be somewhere at 9:30. Bishop Slater needs to make an effort to be there at what time? Earlier, because I don't know what he has in mind. So that when I get here, I can be activated to do something. So how many people just show up on time just to, whoo, I made it on time. Choir's marching in. Well, what happens? We have to be prepared, setting up, especially adjutants, armor bearers, those who are actively in ministry. We have to come early enough to get the flow of the house for that day. Worship leaders particularly. Got to feel where the leader's going. Where are we going today? What's going to happen? You just showing up, jumping out the car, jumping on the pulpit, and God be the glory. You don't know where we are. Well, Bishop, I had my devotion. That was your devotion. But it's a different story when you go into corporate worship.